And we are back. Welcome back to Esso versus Erik, where sadly there is no time to celebrate our Carabao Cup win because just 3 days later it is now time for the FA Cup and we are playing Newcastle at Old Trafford. It is a massive fixture. You can see on your screen right now all the other FA Cup ties taking place over the course of this episode. So maybe we could see a few upsets, but it's probably pretty unlikely. I think the expectation is the likes of Villa, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool and City all end up going through, making it a very interesting round in the quarterfinals. But we're going to try our best. Obviously, we have to make wholesale changes because if I bring the schedule up right now, you will see that obviously our next matches are Manchester City at the weekend, then Bayern in the second leg of the Champions League, which we are trailing in. So something has to give. There is a temptation to make changes for the City game, given the fact that they are quite a way ahead in the Premier League already, but we don't want to lose our Champions League spot for next season, and we want to keep ourselves in the Champions League for this season. So something's got to give, and for me, it is the FA Cup. So we will be making wholesale changes to the FA Cup lineup today. Let's see what I've gone for. And this is what I have gone for. It's a switch back to the 4-3-3 setup. You'll see, obviously, we have made a whole bunch of changes. In terms of first teamers keeping their spots in the side, I've gone for Bruno, Rashford and Antony, who obviously did so well in that Carabao Cup final, with the intention of one or two of them, if not all three of them, coming off if we're doing well. But possibly anyway with the view of playing City at the weekend. The rest of the team is Bayanda in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Evans and Reguilon. Casemiro comes back in holding midfield because obviously we will stick with the three back against Manchester City. Mainu comes into centre midfield and it is Taremi taking over from Rasmus up front. It's still an incredibly competitive team, definitely capable of beating Newcastle, especially at home. Let's hope we get the result. And so Newcastle have decided to match us up with their own 4-3-3. It's Dubravka in goal, Trippier, Schär, Burn and Target as the back four. Bruno Guimaraes in the sitting position. Joelinton and Elliot Anderson as the box-to-box runners. Almiron and Harvey Barnes in the wide areas. And the danger man himself, Alexander Isak, up front. Both sides pretty strong for this game. Come on, United. Let's get the result. And so it is Newcastle that get us underway, and for once it's not raining and we're actually kicking it to the away end first. Newcastle looking to create something early here. Anderson has the ball in midfield, plays it out to Target. It's brilliant build-up play. He squares up Wan-Bissaka, cuts it back for Barnes, and it's cleared by Reguilon. It's still not away. Joelinton has it, still inside the opening minute here. Joelinton sends it in. Isak's round the back, and it's headed clear. Goal kick to Manchester United to start off the first sort of proper clip of the match. It is going to be Reguilon into Kobbie Mainoo. Driving at the Newcastle midfield. Out to Marcus Rashford. Now Reguilon steps into midfield. Plays it on towards, well, absolutely no one. It's given away to Target. Target onto Barnes. Oh, that's a mistake from Barnes and Mehdi Taremi's in behind. He's got an open goal, surely! What a save by Dubravka. He got back and tipped it onto the post. Now it's another corner kick to United. Antony's going to swing this one in. Almost came through to Reguilon. Comes out to Rashford. Back out to Antony. He's got time. Finds Casemiro onto Rashford. Looks for an opening. Goes down. Reguilon back to Johnny Evans, who plays it into Taremi. Back to Evans. I don't quite know what we're trying to pull off here. Reguilon. Rashford. Whips it back post. Burns there. It's going to come to Antony. Swings it in again. Rashford's round the back. And Dubravka again. Against the club he was on loan at the previous season is keeping Newcastle in it right now. Antony goes short to Bruno with this one. Back to Antony. On to Rashford. Swung in again. Casemiro's there. But Dubravka's there, but he seems to be injured in that exchange. And indeed, Dubravka has gone off for Nick Pope. Now it's Newcastle's turn. They've got to throw in right in our corner. Anderson back out to Target. Into the box. No challenge made so far. Matt Target keeps going. And shoots! And over. Bayanda wasn't even concerned. Now it's Newcastle's turn to have a corner. Trippier's going to swing this in. We know how dangerous he is at set plays. It's in hard. Headed clear, only as far as Isak. Back out to Trippier. To double up on this near side, and Isak shoots. But again, not really troubling the defence. Oh, Evans blocked it. Fair. It's going to be another corner. Chance for a United counter-attack maybe here. Mainu finds Taremi onto Rashford, and there is acres of space to run into. Marcus Rashford, he's got players inside. Finds Taremi, and it's another save from the Newcastle goalkeeper, but this time, of course, it's Pope. Taremi having the shots on target, but yet to find the back of the net. Long throw to be sent in by Wan-Bissaka. It's on towards Casemiro as always, but it's headed clear. Comes as far as Wan-Bissaka again. Out to Reguilon. Drives into the box. Brilliant from Reguilon. Oh, it's still in there. And Pope gathers it on the goal line. It would have been a deflection off Taremi into the net. Just can't get the ball over the line right now. Off we go again. Wan-Bissaka out to Reguilon, but it's given away to Almiron. Reguilon wasn't even looking. Share to Burn to Target. Target onto Harvey Barnes. Ball over the top for Isak. If he's onside, we're in big trouble. Alexander Isak, and it's Bayandi's turn to make a big save. And it is a Newcastle corner. He was onside. Probably the best chance of the game outside of the Taremi miss at the start. Looks like we're going to get one final chance before the half-time whistle. Wan-Bissaka onto Anthony. Early ball in towards Rashford again. Rashford's there again, and Rashford scores! And this is why we picked just a couple of those first-team players for exactly that. Anthony's cross was pinpoint. Rashford's header was also pinpoint. And right on half-time, Manchester United lead Newcastle. Look at this. First time from Anthony. Whip to the back post. Rashford got above Trippier. Near post. Pope no chance. And it's 1-0. Let's go. Although, we've seen this happen before. A play right from the kickoff. Elliot Anderson on the charge. But Rashford nicks it. Could we get a second? Rashford against Trippier. I know who I'd back in that 50-50. Rashford to Mainu. To Bruno. Back through to Rashford. It's short from Trippier. Pope clears to Guimaraes. Maybe it is going to be a Newcastle chance after all. Or is it? Wan-Bissaka gets there. On to Anthony. It's absolute chaos at the end of this first half. Still Anthony. Still Anthony. Rashford's there again! Pope tips it over. I just thought we were going to see the net bulge. And Isak hoofs it away, and I'm sure that will be the half-time whistle. And indeed it is. I think what we're going to have to do is, like we said, the smart thing to do. I mean, if you look at the stamina already, Bruno and Anthony are already suffering. Rashford's all right for now. But I think we have to take Bruno and Anthony off and hope that with the players we bring on, we can see out this second half. It's been pretty even in terms of the XG. But I feel like with the chances we've had, we've certainly been more in control. Yes, Newcastle's have slightly more possession. But ultimately, it is United that lead at half-time. So the double change I am making is I'm going to put Garnacho on the right wing and I'm going to put McTominay on in midfield for Bruno, pushing Mainu into the more attacking position and letting McTominay roam around the box-to-box role. Playing pretty decent. Hopefully we can see this game out. First clip of the second half is a Newcastle throw-in in Manchester United territory as the rain starts pouring once more. Reguilon's header finds Rashford. Now the captain's armband on Marcus Rashford's arm. Let's see what he can do with it. Drives forward. Lovely ball in behind. Mainu's going to get to this. He's got Rashford back again. Here is Rashford. Goes down. Penalty's been given. Tight call. Newcastle go crazy. We've had a few controversial penalties on this series already. Let's see what happens with this one. It's gone to VAR. And the penalty's been awarded again. Joelinton was a little too forceful. Slightly controversial once again then. Did he actually win the ball first? It's going to be Rashford from the spot. And it's 2-0. Side netting. Pope went the right way, but Marcus Rashford has his second goal of the game. And, well, hopefully that will be enough to see out the rest of this match. I'm not going to change the tactics. We've made that mistake one too many times on this series already. We're going to keep it attacking, but it does mean that we'll be able to take Rashford off now in the 60th minute as originally planned. Throw into United here. Rashford gives it straight to Trippier, though. It looks like Reguilon's off with a slight injury. So we're down to 10 men for the moment. Evans to Casemiro. Reguilon's back on the pitch now. Oh, it's Anderson that's off. I thought it was Reguilon. So it's Newcastle that are down to 10. But it's not seeming to bother them as Isak drives forward now. Reguilon wins it back. Out to Johnny Evans. Into Mainu. Into Taremi. Got to use that extra man. It's Wan-Bissaka if they can find him. Taremi out to Wan-Bissaka. Players running into the box. It's in towards Mainu. Mainu to Wan-Bissaka again. He just keeps going. Out to Mainu. Back to Wan-Bissaka. All the way. 3-0. On his left foot. He's got previous against Newcastle as Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's his first goal of this series, but it's 3-0, and surely that's game over. And do you know what? I'm going to make the changes straight away. So it's a triple change, as you would expect. Martial comes on for Taremi, who is now feeling tired. Pellistri now comes on for Rashford, but Garnacho swapping back over to the left. And Reguilon said he's feeling a tight groin because Reguilon is just permanently injured. So I'm taking him off for Amrabat, and we'll see if we can fiddle that around. I don't particularly want to risk Beraldo or Dalot getting injured ahead of the game against City. Another corner to United. Kobbie Mainoo stands over this one. Longstaff's on for Anderson for Newcastle. It's swung in hard and flat. Straight onto Fabian Schär. Now Lindelof. He goes for goal. And he blazes it over. He's playing with confidence, Lindelof. It's been a good performance from him. Goal kick sent downfield. Isak finds Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, that was a little bit lucky. It comes to Amrabat. Gives it away. Now Evans. Oh, Johnny! Almiron! Well saved by Andir. Johnny Evans. Not the first time you've done that in this series. Thankfully, that one's not cost us. Newcastle throw in as we approach the last 10 minutes. It's Harvey Barnes into the box. Blazes over. It's just not happened for Newcastle in this game. Corner to Newcastle now. Swung in towards the back by Andir. Comes out and claims. So that must not be the whole clip. Thrown out to Wan-Bissaka again. He finds Pellistri. On to Mainoo. Back to Pellistri. Back to Lindelof. I always say with clips like this, something good must be coming at the end of it for it to have started so early and then to show all this build-up. Mainoo makes the run in behind. Comes to Burn. Oh, Mainoo nicks it back. Martial's there! It's 4. And I did say something good must be coming at the end of it. But it says all the credit must go to Mainoo, and it really should. His second assist of the game. He's not stopped running. He's played absolutely brilliantly, the 18-year-old. Dispossessing Dan Burn, who doesn't really know what he's doing. Drills it in, and Martial, calm finish into the side netting. He is still at the club. He is still going to get minutes as and when we need him. But, I mean, this is why you have a squad. It really is. Into the last 2 minutes of added time then. I'd be pretty annoyed if we lost the clean sheet, but it's going to be another Newcastle corner. Although, to be fair, we scored from the last Newcastle corner. Headed clear once more. Comes out as far as Anthony Gordon. And it's given away again. And it could be another United counter. Mainoo onto Martial. No, Mainoo underhits the pass. It's probably the only bad thing he's done all game. Into the final minute. Burn carries it forward. Trippier now playing in midfield. Sends it over the top towards Barnes. Harvey Barnes. Into Joelinton. What a save by Andir. He's not letting that clean sheet go. Well done. Sent in again. And it's headed wide. And surely that is the end of the game. And it is. Well done by Andir. It matters. 4-0 is so much better than 4-1. And do you know what? I mean, considering we have basically played our entire reserve team there, 4-0 against Newcastle is a hell of a result. Back in the 4-3-3 formation. I'm still going to stick with the 3-back when it comes to the big games in the Champions League and the Manchester City game for next episode. But what a performance from the reserves. By Andir with an 8. Wan-Bissaka with an 8.0. Mainoo with an 8.4. Martial coming on getting a 7.4. Obviously Rashford and Antony doing the damage in the first half. But unbelievable scenes. I had no expectations for this game. If we lost this game, I'd have said, oh well, we won the Carabao Cup. It's more important to do better in the Premier League and the Champions League. 4-0 in the FA Cup with the reserves. What a result that is. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode where it's the Manchester Derby once again.